Hi there, I'm Mike Frazer and welcome to the last in the series of Mad Food. Now this week as a treat I thought we'd go with a dessert, so I'm going to make something along the lines of Rocky Road, which I like to call chocolate concrete. For this you'll need 300 grams of chocolate, 100 grams of crushed rich tea biscuits, 75 grams of marshmallows and 75 grams of cranberries. Now we'll start with the chocolate. Behind me I've got a saucepan with some water in it that's been simmering for a while on a very low heat, and in the top of that there's a bowl. Now we're just going to take the chocolate. I've used a mixed chocolate for this because I like the swirly marble pattern, and basically just bung the chocolate in the bowl. Now it's important to keep stirring this as chocolate can tend to burn, so you don't want to heat it up too quickly or too sort of, you don't want to heat it up in a rushed way. Okay, so while that chocolate's just melting, I'm going to grab a big bowl. Now I'm going to put my 100 grams of crushed rich tea biscuits in. I basically crushed these in a bag with a rolling pin. I've left some fairly large pieces in there to give it a nice bit of crunch, so I put those in there. Now I'm going to put in the marshmallows. I've used sugar-free marshmallows, which I've cut in half. I prefer sugar-free ones because I find that sort of full sugar marshmallows are a bit sweet for me, but you can use whatever you like. I've cut these in half, so they're a little bit sticky at one end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw these in the mix with the biscuits first. That means that the biscuit crumbs will just basically seal up the end of those sticky marshmallows. So just run those around in there. I'm then going to chuck in the cranberries. These are dried cranberries, available in any good supermarket. Chuck those in there. Just give them a bit of a stir. So it's starting to take shape. Now we just need the chocolate. So it's not quite ready yet, just going to give it a little bit more of a stir. Keep that going. I'm trying not to sort of stir it too much because I want to try and keep the swirl pattern of the three different chocolates. Okay, so I think that's done. What I'm going to do now is just take the chocolate off the heat carefully because it is hot. I'm just going to take that over. I'm going to pour that into the mix. Grab my spoon. Now I want to keep it going at this point because chocolate will obviously start to cool down. Just mix all that in. Just get the rest of the chocolate out of the bowl. And get the last of that out. There we go. Now basically just mix that all together. Try and keep it flowing. We don't want it to dry out and sort of solidify too quickly. Get everything covered in chocolate. Okay, so once everything's covered in chocolate, we're basically going to take some baking paper. And what we want to do is we want to sort of create a line of mix along the baking paper. Okay, it's already starting to harden, so I need to hurry. Okay, so once we've got our line, you want to take one end of the baking paper and roll it over. Effectively trying to create sort of a log. Try and tighten that up and create a nice tight roll. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's slipped out one end. Okay, so once that's done, basically take that and put it in a cool place. It's nice and cold at the moment because it's still winter, so I'm going to put it outside, but you can put it in the freezer or the fridge. Okay, so I'll put that in the cool place and I'm going to leave it there for about half an hour. Okay, so once that's cold, I'll basically bring it back in. I've got a chopping board. Now what I'm going to do is try and keep it within the baking paper so that we don't heat it up with our hands too much. Basically take a sharp knife and just cut slices out. Like so. Okay, so once I'm going to cut a few off this just to show you. So once we've got those, I'm just going to present them onto the plate itself. At this point we take the baking paper off. like so. Those don't seem to have cut all the way through, but you get the general idea. So I basically just place those on there, pull off the baking paper. So there you can see we have some lovely chocolate concrete. It's lovely over a long time. You can leave it in the fridge for a while. You might want to wrap it up in some cling film as well, just to keep it nice and fresh. But there you go, a nice tasty dessert. Enjoy. Oh. If you'd like to try to cook anything else that we've shown you in the series, then please go to our website at www.madtvsurrey.co.uk. Enjoy! It's really hot.